Hello and welcome to the Sacred Masculine podcast. This is Taylor Elwood, your host, and today we're going to talk about how to recognize and release shame from your life. Shame is a deeply embedded feeling that a lot of men struggle with, a lot of people in general struggle with. And the reason why we struggle with it is because shame is something that really is rooted deep down in the identity level of our being. Most people, when you talk about feeling guilt or shame, what they'll discover is that, when they feel guilty about something, they feel bad about something they did. But they don't necessarily feel bad about who they are. Shame, on the other hand, is where you feel bad about who you are. You feel like on an identity level, you are a bad person or a not good person or a person that is not like you don't necessarily like yourself or something along those lines. I've felt shame before in my life. What I've always found is that when I feel shame, first I find that I feel shame in my stomach. I feel it rooted in my belly and my diaphragm. And I think that's because, our bellies are actually one of the most sensitive parts of our body, and there's actually neurological, tissues there. It's kind of like another brain in a way, which really makes sense when you think about it. Our bellies let us know when we need to eat. I think that they let us, the entire process from eating all the way to release is something that the belly basically has a lot of information to share, and it's no surprise really that there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on there emotionally as well. A lot of times we might think of emotions as being located in our chest, but really our emotions can be located in any part of our body. We can feel them anywhere. For me, at least, I feel shame in my belly. Other people may feel shame somewhere else, and that's okay. It doesn't matter where it is that you feel it. What matters is that you can acknowledge that you feel it. The feeling of shame can be intense. Like when I feel a sense of shame, I'm usually feeling a sense of shame because there's a part of me that's like, well, what you are not in alignment or in integrity with yourself or with someone else, or you are feeling bad about who you are, about the identity of yourself. The thing is that we are who we are, and the best way to really come to grips with shame is to own what is causing that sense of shame and to recognize where it comes from. Because a lot of times, shame is something that is culturally and societally imposed upon us. We have religions that tell us that our bodies are sinful, for example, and dirty. That's a form of shaming. We might have somebody who says, well, the way you express yourself a certain way, that's a form of, that's a form of shaming. And I think it's really important to make that distinction between that and guilt. Like if I do something that I know was wrong and I feel a sense of guilt about it, that's like I recognize that what I did was wrong, but it doesn't mean that who I am as a person is bad. But when I feel a sense of shame, I'm feeling like, oh, well, who I am as a person is bad. We want to really work through and release shame. We also want to work through and release guilt and address it. But I think that on a very deep level, we have to work through shame first. And this is one of the hardest emotions to work through because it's so embedded. And a lot of times it's unconscious on our part. We might feel a sense of shame, but not even fully recognize what it is that we're feeling because it's just something that's deeply embedded within us. But the reality is that we are all human beings. We all have emotions and feelings. And the feeling of a given emotion is in and of itself a very important symptom of what may be going on. And it's a good opportunity for us to discover, what we can do to work through that emotion with really very important distinction to make, which is that your emotions are not your identity. So today what I want to do is I want to walk you through a meditation process that you can use that can be a form of somatic experiencing that allows you to release trauma from your life. It allows you to release shame from your life. Um, and it allows you to go deep within yourself and work through whatever is coming up. So this is the process. What I want you to do first of all is I want you to get as comfortable as you can. You can do this standing or sitting. I am sitting right now. I am sitting with both of my feet planted on the ground. I'm just going to straighten up a little more, although I'm already sitting pretty straight, but I'm going to straighten up my posture. And I'm going to put my hands in each other so they're kind of like nice, loose and relaxed. And I'm going to touch the tip of my tongue to the roof of my mouth, and I'm going to take a deep breath in. What I'm doing is when I'm breathing in, I'm breathing down into my diaphragm. And when I'm breathing out, I'm breathing out and I'm kind of letting that breath flow out of my diaphragm and up through and go out. And in the process of breathing in, I'm also drawing that breath into my body and allowing it to flow down into my body. And wherever there's a sense of tension or stress or shame or feeling or any kind of feeling, I'm allowing it to just flow around it. I'm not trying to break through it. I'm flowing around it and relaxing and releasing it. And the reason I'm relaxing and releasing it is because it gives me an opportunity to relax and release that feeling of shame or whatever it is that's there, and get to, and in the process of that releasing, maybe I even uncover the original experience that might be keeping it rooted there, so that I can do some healing with it. But at the very least, be able to do some healing around the experience of shame that I might be feeling in the moment. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to encourage you. You can keep your eyes open or closed, but take a deep breath in. Breathe in. Breathe out. You breathe in. Draw your breath into your body. Allow it to flow into your body. When you breathe out, allow it to flow out of your body. Relaxing and releasing. What you're doing is a form of breathing meditation where you're dissolving. So you're breathing in and you're encountering the areas of your body where you feel tension, where you might feel stress or pain. And then you're breathing out and you're releasing that into, gas. You're releasing it into space. You're turning it outward and releasing it outwards so that it's no longer part of you. There is a process that you can do where you can release this inward. But for right now, let's just focus on releasing it outward. Take a deep breath in. Breathing in, just draw your breath in. Relax and release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try to make it a continuous breath. Obviously, I'm talking as I'm doing this breath work, so I'm really not able to do that. But when you're breathing in, just breathe in, and then as you finish that breath in, just breathe out again. A nice continuous circle of breath. Each breath that you take in is allowing you to go deeper into yourself, and you may find that you discover layers. So as you breathe in and you relax and release one layer, it kind of slows off, and you may find that the next breath you discover another layer. Don't be discouraged. That's a normal experience. You want to breathe in and breathe out, relaxing and releasing those layers of tension, relaxing and releasing whatever it is that you're feeling right now, and recognizing that in the process that you can let go of any judgments or thoughts that may come up as well. You may have certain thoughts that come up. That's the monkey mind. Relax and release. Just acknowledge that you're thinking and relax and release. You may have, you may find yourself preoccupied with a memory or whatever. Just relax and release. Just to acknowledge the memory and recognize it and let it go. This is just part of your experience. You're observing everything. You're observing it and noting it and allowing yourself to be present with it without allowing it to define you. Breathe in, breathe out, relax and release. As you breathe in, allow yourself to acknowledge and recognize your mind and the thoughts that may be coming up. As you release, allow yourself to relax and release those thoughts and processes that are coming up. Any memories. Let it all turn to gas, just dissolving outward, away from your body. Your shame is not who you are. Your identity is not your feelings or your emotions. Those are just experiences presenting themselves to you, but who you are is beyond that. It is deeper than that. Remember that. It is just an experience. All right. Well, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you. And I hope that you found it helpful. Feel free to comment below, like, and subscribe. Would love to connect with you. Thanks.